The afternoon sun spilled through the trees along Maplewood Street, painting long shadows across the sidewalks. Birds sang in the distance, and the soft hum of life carried through the quiet suburban neighborhood. It was the kind of peaceful afternoon most people take for granted. But not for the man walking down that street. Boots heavy, steps slow, eyes distant. Before continue, please subscribe our channel and like our video. His name was Ethan Miller, a soldier, just returned home after 2 long years overseas. His uniform was worn, his duffel bag slung over his shoulder, and though his lips curved into a faint smile, his eyes told a different story. A story of battles, of losses, and of nights spent staring at desert stars, longing for home. He had imagined this moment a thousand times. The smell of his mother's cooking, the sound of his father's laughter, the sight of his little sister, Lily, racing down the driveway to throw her arms around him, but nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to find when he reached his front door. Ethan walked up the familiar path, heart pounding with excitement. He'd written letters, sent messages, even called once. They knew he was coming home today. He pictured balloons, a welcome home sign, laughter. But when he reached the porch, something felt wrong. The curtains were closed, the driveway empty, and the house too quiet. He knocked once, then again. Mom? Dad, it's me. Ethan. Only the wind answered back. He turned the doorknob, unlocked. And as the door creaked open, the silence inside met him like a stranger. The living room was spotless, but still, dust floated through beams of sunlight, and the old clock ticked too loud, each sound echoing like a heartbeat in an empty chest. On the coffee table, a framed photo, his mom's smile, his dad's arm around his shoulder. Little Lily grinning in her red dress. The day he left for boot camp. Ethan picked it up, thumb brushing the glass. That day felt like a lifetime ago. Then he saw it, an envelope, tucked just beneath the frame, his name written in his mother's gentle handwriting, greater than Ethan. He tore it open, heart racing. Greater than, my dear son, if you're reading this, it means you've finally made it home. Greater than, I wish more than anything that we could be there waiting for you, but life took a turn we never expected. Ethan's breath caught. Your father got very sick a few months ago. We didn't tell you. We didn't want you to worry. He fought hard, Ethan, but 3 weeks ago, we lost him. The words hit like a bullet. He sank to the floor, clutching the letter. His father gone. The man who taught him to fish, to drive, to be brave. The man who said, be strong out there, son, but don't forget to come home. Ethan pressed the paper to his forehead, sobbing quietly into the stillness, and then he noticed the last line. There's one more thing. Ethan, greater than, someone's been waiting for you every single day. Go to the backyard. You'll understand. He wiped his eyes and stood, heart pounding again. The wooden floor creaked under his boots as he walked down the hall, every step echoing with memories. He opened the back door. At first, nothing. The yard was overgrown, wild. The old swing his dad built for Lily still hung from the oak tree, swaying gently. Then, a bark. A familiar, desperate bark. Buddy? From behind the shed, a golden retriever came sprinting, tail wagging, eyes shining with recognition. Ethan dropped to his knees as Buddy leapt into his arms, whining, licking, wagging. Buddy, you waited for me, didn't you? The old dog pressed his head against Ethan's chest as if to say, I never stopped. For the first time that day, Ethan smiled through tears. Ethan? He turned. Mrs. Green, the neighbor, stood by the fence, a basket of flowers in her arms. Good heavens, you're home, she said, tears glistening in her eyes. Your mother's been staying with your aunt since your father passed. She wanted to be here. But thought you'd come next week? Ethan nodded. Unable to speak. Mrs. Green smiled softly. Your mother told me Buddy never left the porch. Rain or shine, he'd just sit there, waiting for you. Ethan looked down at Buddy and whispered, I guess I wasn't the only one who missed home. That evening, the sun dipped low behind the trees. Ethan sat on the porch with Buddy curled up beside him. The air smelled of pine and rain. For the first time in years, Ethan felt peace. He reached into his duffel bag and pulled out his father's dog. Tags. He'd carried them through every firefight, a reminder of home. He looked at Buddy. Dad always said you were the best guard dog. Buddy barked once, tail wagging like a flag of joy. Then Ethan noticed another folded note in the envelope, greater than your dad left something for you. It's in his workshop. He walked toward the small shed behind the house. The smell of oil and sawdust hit him like a memory. Everything was just as his dad had left it, neatly arranged. Half-finished projects waiting. On the workbench, a wooden box with his name carved on top. He opened it. Inside, a folded American flag, and a note beneath it, greater than my son, greater than if you're reading this. It means I didn't get to welcome you home, greater than, but I am proud of you, more than words can say. Remember, life isn't just about service to your country, greater than it's about service to people. When you feel lost, help someone. That's how you'll find your way back, greater than be kind. Always, Dad. Tears filled Ethan's eyes. He pressed the note to his heart and whispered, I'll make you proud, Dad, I promise. The next morning, sunlight poured through the window. Ethan stood watching it rise, and for the first time since coming home, he knew what to do. He began volunteering at the local veterans center, helping other soldiers adjust to civilian life, mowing lawns for widows. Reading stories to kids at the library. Buddy, always by his side. The quiet soldier on Maplewood Street, was slowly bringing kindness back to life. And one morning, when he came home from volunteering, he froze on the porch. His mother stood there, eyes filled with tears. Beside her, Lily, holding a welcome home sign. He dropped his bag and ran to them. They embraced, laughing, crying, shaking. His mother whispered, I'm so sorry I wasn't here. He smiled through tears. You're here now, Mom. That's all that matters. Buddy barked happily, circling them as if the whole world had come home too. For the first time in years, Ethan felt whole again, because home isn't a place. It's the love that waits for you when everything else falls apart. Years later, people in Maplewood often saw an older man with a golden retriever walking the same quiet street. Children would wave, neighbors would smile, and everyone knew his story, the soldier who came home to loss, but chose love. Ethan started a small foundation for veterans and their families. He called it ***, the Buddy Project. ***, a tribute to the dog who never stopped waiting. At the entrance, a bronze plaque read, in memory of my father, who taught me that courage isn't just found on the battlefield, greater than it's in the kindness we show every day. On a quiet evening years later, Ethan sat on his porch, the flag waving softly above him, Buddy's head resting on his knee. He looked toward the sunset and whispered, Dad, I'm home. And though no one could see it, he felt it, that quiet, steady warmth of a father's pride, still guiding him home. Sometimes the people we lose never really leave us. They live on in the kindness we give, the lives we touch, and the love that refuses to fade. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Untold Story, because every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the power to change someone's world.